Что такое икона?
What is icon? The term icon is of Greek origin and has several accepted definitions: image, visible or imaginary, presentment, or vision. But it acquires its unique meaning in the word likeness. The image written in color on the board becomes a holy object and is perceived as an icon written according to the image and likeness of holy man. Such an icon is a symbol of the reality described in the Bible. Man is created according to the image and likeness of God. As a result, through symbolic realism of the icon, we are able to uncover the many layers of man's interest in art, philosophy, religion, and most importantly, in the divine spirit that reveals faith in one God. It is the meaning of that spiritual writers of the ancient times, as well as the fathers of the Church, applied to the created icon. Saint Anastasius of Sinai says, God created you as a unique impression in the image and likeness of His Trinitarian existence. Saint Theodore tells us that the icon is the most outspoken sign of the foundation of our salvation. The artistic birth of icon writing is most likely conceived in the symbolic art of ancient Egypt, specifically the paintings on the sarcophagi. Furthermore, we can draw an interesting analogy between the icon and the Fayum burial portraits of the Hellenistic period. Nevertheless, we must consider Byzantium as the rightful place of the icon's birth and evolution. This is where the dogma of the incarnation of the Son of God, Jesus Christ, who became living theology, and the hypostatic icon of the manhood and Godhead was established. From Byzantium, the act of icon writing, understood as theology in color and an analogy to creative prayer, came to the Balkans and to the newly baptized Rus. Here, from the 12th through the 16th centuries, icon writing reached its artistic height and developed specifically in its mystical theology of the Christian faith. The canonic veneration of the icon, established during the Seventh Ecumenical Council, is an essential form of piety for the believer. For according to Saint Theodore the Studite, he who declaredly rejects the icon, in turn rejects the mystery of God's becoming man. What is this depth of creativity in icon writing that has attracted such a vast interest to itself, including the secular world? What kind of questions concerning life does the icon answer? In analyzing iconography from the point of view of iconology, we discover in the icon at least 5 characteristics essential to the cultural and religious existence of humankind. First, the icon is fundamental for prayer. It focuses the mind, allowing to conquer visible outside images and to penetrate the inner spheres of faith. The icon is a symbol, and the images depicted on it are not fantastical ideas, but a method of penetrating the sphere of God comprehension. Second, the icon portrays a portrait of holiness. In other words, it portrays a historical fact, the historical truth of life. In praying through the icon, we turn to God through a concrete personality, whether the icon is of Christ or of a holy person. Third, the icon has a theological meaning. In its descriptive language of colors, lines, and light, the icon uncovers the divine realm of God's presence in the created world. It carries the light of revelation of God and reveals the mysteries of our world's foundation and salvation. One example of its theological meaning can be found in the icon of the Holy Trinity. Contemplating the images of icons, the believer enters the chambers of faith. God is incomprehensible, but through His images of action depicted in icons, the human soul is invited as a bride to the bridal chamber of deification. Fourth, the icon includes a didactic meaning. It educates the person in the aesthetic, ethic, and religious sense. It is the fruit of religious artistic culture. Through meditating on the icon, the believer creates his own inner world, and his faith takes on a stable, conscious form. Fifth, the icon has an anagogic meaning. It not only raises the icon rider practically to the heights of transfiguration, but also the one contemplating the icon through prayer. Man is led by the iconological idea, and the material within him rises to the comprehension of the noetic, uniting in itself the earthly and heavenly, thus expressing the beauty and power of God's presence in the life and faith of man. The fathers of the Seventh Ecumenical Council say that image carries the name of the depicted and not his nature. Man is given a holy name according to the likeness of God, for he is the mirrored image and logos of Christ.